All right, here we go. Here we go, my friends. Here is the Yom Yom for today. Today is Yom Yom. Sayings by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. The early sages of the Talmud, were like angels. Their merit protects us, have already determined that the healing of the soul is like the healing of the body. In other words, there's physical doctors, but what about spiritual doctors? The first step is you have to identify what the illness is, what is caused. Sometimes it's caused by simple crassness, thickness of spirit, or corruption of your physical body, or a feeling of the soul powers, person being inclined to undesirable traits like arrogance or falsehood, and etc. Like some people, they have natural traits, they have a natural problem, they get angry. Some people, the problem is not, and that naturally they get angry. Naturally, they're egotists. They think about themselves all the time. If they don't get what they want, then they get angry. Or they're arrogant. They think they're better than everybody else. And if others don't recognize my greatness, then I get angry at everybody. Or people that are they can't tell the truth. People are and when they're caught, they get angry. So it could be there's a lot of different causes for anger, for instance, or depression. Or it could be maybe your habit. Maybe it came from your birth or a bad environment that brought on bad habits. They're right. It brings a person to get addicted to things, or to be depressed all the time, or be negative, without understanding what's the cause and the illness, spiritual illness. It's impossible to start curing. But once you can only start to prescribe orderly conduct, what to one can only prescribe orderly conduct in all matters, what to do and what to avoid, to do good in terms of doing Torah, doing mitzvahs, and then to turn away from evil once you know what your problem is. For instance, if a person is, let's say, a liar, so he has to stop lying, he has to stop lying to himself and to others. And then he can deal with the anger problems that he's got, or depression problems. Or it could be that a person is simply an egotist. He thinks that everything is coming to him. When things don't go well, there's a story about the Rebbe that once someone came to the Rebbe and said, the Rebbe, I'm a Talmud scholar, but everyone in my place of learning, they all trample all over me. They trample all over me. They don't give me the honor that I deserve. And the Rebbe said, well, maybe it's because you spread yourself over the whole floor. In other words, you're so sensitive to what everybody says and what everybody thinks. If they think everybody's talking about you and they're thinking about you, and etc. So therefore, you're offended by everyone, but really they don't really care one way or the other about you, and that offends them. So it could be that a person's oversensitivity, that he thinks is coming everything to him. So once a person finds the problems, then he can start really genuinely loving God and turning from bad. The most urgent is a person has to make himself aware of two things. Number one, a person has to know that if he likes to do sins, he likes to run after all sorts of pleasures, or he has problems with depression or aggression or whatever. You have to know that it's just a sickness. It's an illness. It's not you. You are good, but you have a sickness. Right? You are a person can say, I am addicted. I have an anger problem, but I am not the problem. A person has to know what the problem is. And number two, you have to know that you can be cured with hope and absolute trust that with God's help, and you will be indeed cured of the sickness. And that hope, that positive attitude, gives a person a chance and a certainty that he will be positive in life, and that he can reveal his own potential for good. His own potential for good and for love and for caring about others, and for how do you say, letting the world surprise you instead of trying to control everything. Okay, that's this Yom Yom of today. Here is one second.